What up, people? Welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to break down some CR7 and Juve ballerness in the attacking third and see how we can implement this into our own game. Let's go. Before this video gets kicked off, guys, go to GOLUREMI.com, check out GOLUREMI Nation. If you want to be a better player, if you're trying to become a pro, or if you just want to have more fun on the field, this is the place where you'll be able to find all of that stuff. We have private groups, we have unlisted trainings and programs. We're going to have unlisted interviews and stuff like that from pros and the people that all have done this stuff before and are doing it now. So go right now and check it out. Welcome to GOLUREMI Nation. Fight Club for footballers. Let's go. All right, guys, so what we're going to do is start from the very beginning of this play where there doesn't seem to be any danger at all, and then we're going to take it to the end where they put the ball in the back of the net. So Cagliari looks like they're in very good defensive shape. Juventus, Quadrado has the ball out on the wing. We have play here. As he swings the ball in the middle, you see that Cagliari starts to push up. This is exactly what's going to happen. Everything seems good, but what you can see in the middle of the field is that's where the danger zone is. There's a big giant gap. There's a lot of passing lanes for these guys to get into. And what you want to do as an attacking player, if you're a midfielder or a defensive midfielder, that is, if you're a defensive midfielder or even a center back, if you can play these balls through those lines right there, you're gonna cause problems for the other team. All right. So penetrating that line of defense is going to create havoc for all teams, especially if you have technical players that can play around it, just like Juventus obviously do. So what happens, the ball gets swung inside, just inside that little pocket, but the breakdown happens right here. This is the key moment, one of the key moments for what led to the goal. Those two touches, two one-touch passes where they're completely connected, all right, have now broken down that first line of defense and got the ball all the way up to Morata. I think it's Morata. And he takes a touch, kind of funny. He turns away from the goal when it might have been better to turn with his left, but that's where the ball came. So that's what he did correctly, of course, is that the ball came to his right foot. So he settles it with his right and turns. He knows that he has enough time to turn, and he does as a striker, if you can turn, that is everything, because he had his back to the goal. He knows he doesn't have pressure, but the fact that he can actually turn is what's going to set up this goal. All right. So he turns. Maybe you could say a little bit of an issue in Cagliari to not put any pressure on him, but it happened so quickly. The things that happened in the midfield with the one-touch pass, that's what created this. So those guys weren't aware that the ball was going to be right on their doorstep, just like that. Morata turns really well. After he turns right here, you see he knows that he can't turn completely and entirely to keep the ball moving, which is the whole point of the action, because those first two touches, the boom, boom, if he gets it now and he holds it forever and ever and ever, all those guys get back. They all get back. And as you can see in the play, all the Cagliari players are sprinting their asses off to try and get back. So he plays the ball out wide to Ronaldo. I want you to take a look at his first touch. He could have taken it with his left. There's more space. The ball is moving to the left. All right. He could have taken it that way and been more safe. But here's where we can learn as attacking players what we want to do when we're in the box, when we're in the attacking third. You guys know Ronaldo. He's not thinking about a slide tackle or what he ate for breakfast. The guy is only thinking about how he can shoot and how he can score. And so a million things get calculated into 2 seconds. And the thing is that he doesn't really have to think here. He's not thinking. He understands already that he's on the far left side. He's right-footed. The goalie is going to be on the near post, as you can see right there. He's on the near post. And where's he going? Immediately, the first thing he knows is I've got to be able to shoot far post. He doesn't want to shoot with his left. He wants to shoot with his right. As we play it, little tiny touches. If you see the little tiny touches and the little tiny steps, there's a reason for that. It's not because he wants to act like he's really fast. It's because he's really trying to set things up. So as he takes those little touches, you can see the defender can't dive in. Pretty good. He's almost parallel because he really wants the guy to go left. He wants Ronaldo to go left. He doesn't want him to come back to his right. He knows that will be trouble, but at least he should know that he has some backup, and he does. But we'll get to why that backup isn't going to do anything for him. All right. So as Ronaldo takes a touch inside, he beats the first one. He beats the second guy. And before the third guy can even have a chance, there's a gap in between them. Boom. He shoots, he scores. Far post, just like we all knew he was probably going to. And as we go back, I want to point out one of the things that created this goal, which is something for you strikers that you have to know. All right. So you go back and look at those two one-touch passes. Morata takes the ball. Now, once Morata passes the ball with his left foot, which he does a very good job of keeping the ball in front of Ronaldo so that he can actually take a good touch, watch what he does. He immediately starts taking off and sprinting. No one is going to give this guy an award for this. No one's going to talk about it. His coach and his teammates, actually, they all know. And the assistant coaches and the people analyzing the game are all aware that Morata is the one that created that entire opportunity. Because you'll see Ronaldo actually dribbles into the space near where Morata was. There's a new guy here. I don't know who that is, number 13. But as he takes those touches inside, now there's no space. So Morata created that entire space by running back, getting the back line to also have to drop just slightly. They seem like points that you might not have to talk about a whole lot, but that is everything in this goal. So Ronaldo takes those two touches. And then the last thing I want to talk about is the half-step shot. This is not a full shot. He doesn't get to wind up perfectly. He's moving. And so it's almost in half stride that he takes this shot. So don't underestimate how hard it is to keep that on target. Okay. He's had a lot of practice at it, but it's not the easiest type of shots. Generally speaking, if you're shooting far post, you want to have a whole bunch of time and you want to be able to wind up and get your plant foot down. But that's not what you need either. All right. So he does a very good job. The little feint gets the play started. He's starting to dribble. And as you guys will know, you don't want a flat back line like this, especially if you guys have seen clips of Robin and Messi doing this. When the back line is completely flat, what happens? They dribble to the side. And what you guys need to be aware of, if you're in this position on the corner of either box, what you want to do is aim generally for the far post. In order to get that off, you need to dribble, not sideways, because if you dribble sideways, they'll keep stepping out. Start to angle your run back out at an angle. If you're dribbling to the left to swing it this way, you dribble out that way. As Ronaldo does here, he starts to dribble inside across his body, but as they pull him out, he makes sure to protect the ball by keeping it a little out wide. So he goes backwards. You have to dribble a little bit backwards. And it's counterintuitive, but what it does is give him a chance to get off the shot. And that's a goal. What can we take perfectly from this? The GOLUREMI key points from this are: when you are near the box, you should have only eyes for the goal if you are an attacking player. You first look if you can score, and then you will try and figure out if there's a passing play. First to score, all right? Next, you take a good first touch that sets you up for a shot. And you'll see that Ronaldo takes an excellent first touch here because he actually uses the outside of his right foot to set up. He set up here. He already knew what was going to happen here. He was never going to do a step over and go down the line because that didn't make sense. He's got more than enough space, all right? So, and then the next is you only need a little tiny piece in order to score. That's it. All right, so if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to go right down below, click the link, and join GOLUREMI Nation, GOLUREMI.com. Check out our podcast on the 11th Commandment YouTube channel where we talk about everything. We have guests on that can help you in your game and in your life. And then we will see you guys later. Peace.
Running through it with the young influence, adolescent presence, I'm succumbing to it. I've been giving yeses when I shouldn't do it. I complete ejected, but the moves elusive and I'm barely moving, but I'm still gon' boost them. I can't work on winning.